Hello friends, I'm back with more GreatSword and Hatchet. I'm loving this assassin playstyle. Definitely been playing it a lot, and I've been finding the more I play it, I'm getting more interested in the little nuances of the build. And one of those said nuances is someone, I think it was in my YouTube comments, said try Keen Beserk. And so I thought I would give it a try, but I could do some theory crafting at the same time and kind of test Keen Beserk out basically between when I'm wearing Keen Beserk on my gear and when I'm not. And so in this video I want to test whether it's actually a worthwhile trait to have if you're wearing a hatchet in PvP, and I found the results a little surprising. So if you don't know the trait is basically, if you have it on your gear, you've got a plus 20% critical chance and plus 10% more damage when you're below 50% health. And if it's on your weapon, it's a plus 50% crit chance and a plus 25% more damage while below 50% health. Okay, so basically what I did, I got myself a void gauntlet. I get my damage down low, below 50% health, right down to the bottom. I chuck on Beserk shortly, and then I just hit light attacks on the dummy until the Beserk runs out. So I did this multiple times. Now I've done this for, I've done this for no Beserk, the no Keen Beserk trait at all. I've got a weapon with a Keen trait on it. So then I used one with the armor trait. So I've got no Beserk trait. I've got the armor with the Beserk trait. And then I also have one with the weapon with the Beserk trait with the Keen on that weapon to match the other weapon with Keen on it. I made sure the attributes were the same. And so I hope that all makes sense. Here are the results. Okay. So this basically shows that the number of times it crit for each run with the Beserk, right? So on the right hand side with the no Beserk trait, it's supposed to have obviously has a 0% increased crit chance, and you can see that the average number of crits per Beserk was 6.5. When the Beserk trait, the Keen Beserk, was on the armor, which is supposed to have a 20% increased crit chance, the average number of crits per Beserk was 9.25. And then when the Keen Beserk trait was on the weapon, which is supposed to have a 50% increased chance, the number of crits during a Beserk was 13.75. So that's actually higher than the tooltip saying, because this is supposed to be a 20% increase, but I mean 6.5 to 9.5 is like almost a 50% increase in crit chance. And I'm like crazy. And then 6.5 to like almost 14 is like almost like a 100% increase in crit chance. So seems like you're getting a hell of a lot of crits when you're using the Beserk trait weapon. Beserk trait. Okay, so the next bit is the conundrum. This is the average damage per crit for no Beserk trait, the Beserk trait on the armor, and the Beserk trait on the weapon. I was thinking I was going to see an increase in the damage, like, across the crits. So, across the, say, all the crits for the no Beserk trait, all the crits would be, like, 10% less than the crits for the Beserk trait on the armor, and 25% less for the Beserk trait on the weapons. But that wasn't the case. When you actually looked at the damage per crit, it was pretty much not that much of a difference. 3645 for the no Beserk trait, 3793 for the Beserk trait on the armor, and then 3808 for the Beserk trait on the weapon. So the actual damage doesn't really increase that much. So that got me thinking, because I was just looking, I expected to see an increase in the damage, you know, for each hit. I wondered if what they're actually meaning was it's an increase in damage because you're critting more. Do you see what I'm saying? So across a Beserk, you'll hit say 12 times, and when you've got no Berserk trait on your armor, you might only crit 4 times, but when you've got Berserk trait on your armor, you might crit, say, 8 times, and because you're critting 8 times, that's like a 20% increase in damage, and so that's what they mean. It's not that you're hitting harder, but it's that because you've got that increased crit chance, it actually, the output is 20% more increase in damage at the end of, like, say, a Berserk. And that's exactly what I found. So you can see here, this is all, each of these is one Berserk, and it's basically every time I did damage, not just the crits, but every time I did damage, I wrote it down. So my first hit I did 2,700, my second hit I did 2,792. And so at the end of this, I got an average. I got the average damage, which was basically about 3,000 with no Berserk trait. Now, because with the Berserk trait armor, because there was more crits in this, it actually ended up with an average damage of 3,300, which was roughly a 10% increase in damage, which is what it says on the tooltip. And then with the Berserk trait on the weapon, there was even more crits in this ensemble, which resulted in an average damage of 3,624, which was about 17%, but pretty close to like the 20, well actually that says 25% increase in damage, but so yeah, I mean that is what it is, but still that's a pretty significant big increase in damage. So yeah, so that's actually like really good trait. So people feel free to jump in and tell me how you would use this. The way I see it, the best way to use it is obviously you want to be below 50% health. So you want to, now remember with the hatchet you've got Defy Death, and you know you can sort of have your potions, so you want to kind of bait them into thinking that you're low on health and get them to come to attack you. You let your health drop below 50%, you hit your Berserk, and then you just slam them and just destroy them with all that damage. And then, yeah, and then if they happen to get you low, you've got Defy Death and a potion to pop you back up, but they can't handle all the damage you're putting on them, and so you kill them. And so you can sort of see an example of that here. This guy gets me really low, and I let him get me below 50% health. I've still got Defy Death, I hit that Berserk, drop a potion, I'm still below 50% health, but then I just hit him really hard with that damage from the hatchet and kill him. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that testing, and here is some gameplay from the week.
You gotta toss He's raising.